In this video, we'll be talking about how info products are the best wealth creation vehicle. Hi, my name is Kenneth Yu and welcome to Write Your Own Damn Check, the channel where we teach you how to seize your financial destiny through superior marketing and investment strategies. Now, I just want to talk to you about something that's very much an obsession, and that is being part of the great wealth transfer. I talk about it in this channel and I talk about it with my students in the WYODC community. And I believe we're in a season, a window of opportunity where we can amass massive wealth in a really quick amount of time. And the thing with windows is they open and they shut. And today I want to introduce some wealth vehicles where we can tap into that wealth transfer. And the first thing I want to say is that I follow a framework known as the Barbell Framework. And this barbell method or this barbell framework is how successful people look at both life, investments, and their business. So let me give you an example. So the barbells are really two sides, two extremes. And it's almost like it's to mitigate the risk and is to maximize your chance of a return either from an investment or business entrepreneurship standpoint. So on the extreme side of the barbell, you have your bread and butter, you have something that is more conservative. That is your job, your business, your current client work, etc. On the other side of the barbell lies more the speculation, where the things that can give you liquidity events and exponential growth. And that could be things like, for instance, your investments, your crypto portfolio, maybe brand new R&D kind of businesses that will actually explode your income stream. And so you have this both. And today I want to address the more conservative side of the barbell, because that itself can already be really lucrative if you know how to position it for this great wealth transfer. And so for me, I look at the wealth vehicles that you already have and how you can push it further. And so we talk about the bread and butter. We talk about if you're a service provider, you're a copywriter, you're a freelancer, etc. How can we optimize that and make it better so that it pays more, so that you have enough wealth so you can to push it into the other side of the barbell. And in order to do that, you need to think in terms of wealth vehicles. And one of the things I like to tell my students is you can't drive a Maserati to the moon. You can't drive a Maserati to the moon. And what that means is if you want to reach an income level that's almost like a moonshot type of income level, you need a rocket ship. If you drive a car, the car gets you A to Z on land perfectly fine. And if you drive Maserati, it may get you faster, but it will never leave the atmosphere to go to the moon. And therefore, there are wealth vehicles that are on land, that are perfect on land. They may actually quickly get you to an income goal. But there are some like rocket ships that bring you to a new level. And so the thing is, when you think in terms of that, and you look at, let's say, if you're in a solopreneur sort of environment, you know that your wealth vehicle can only get you so far. And let me introduce to you how I evaluate these sort of wealth vehicles. And that's really what I call the 5 pillars of mooning, mooning. And mooning is a crypto term where you shoot to the moon. Like basically you have assets or you have investments that go this way. I mean, Wall Street bets have popularized this term. So I call it the 5 mooning pillars for wealth vehicles. And the first is low capital, you don't need to spend a lot in order to get started. The second is high profit, which means it's just you keep most of the money. Number three is scalability. So you're able to scale your work through technology and not so much through human beings. The next one is what I call exponentiality, meaning can it create exponential wealth on occasion? And last is liquidity. Does it facilitate a once in a lifetime liquidity event like an IPO, or you exit your company, etc. And so let's say you evaluate certain wealth vehicles with these 5 pillars. So the first, let's say you operate a cafe. Is a cafe low capital? No, it's not. It's a 6-figure investment just to get things started a lot of the time. Is it high profit? If you do 50 cafes, yes. If you do 1 cafe, no. Is it scalable? I mean, it's scalable in the sense of if you have the franchise, you can keep scaling like a Starbucks, but it's very hard to get there. Is it exponential? No, it's not exponential because you just grow by location. Does it provide a liquidity event? Yeah, if you cash it out, you may be able to do that. But as you can see, it doesn't have all 5 pillars. And you don't need all 5 pillars. But if you have 3 or 4 of them, then it's a little bit easier. There are easier things to start. Let's say you're a service provider. Let's say you're a copywriter, freelance copywriter. Is it low capital? Yes, it is. Is it high profit? Yeah, it's you. you just buy a laptop, you have made back your money, probably your first project. Is it scalable? No, not really. It's not. Is it exponential? Not in a freelance capacity. Maybe if you partner with different people, maybe. Is it liquid? Will you get once a lifetime? No. So you get 2 out of the 5. So you see how I evaluate this sort of wealth vehicles? So why I introduce info products? It's because it actually hits 4 out of the 5 pillars really well. And when I mean info products, I mean the courses that you create either in conjunction with other people, where you market and they produce your content, or you yourself are the content creator and you are the expert and you want your expertise to go out there. Because if you're a coach, consultant, or any of those things, it is better for you to find alternate wealth vehicles that goes beyond your one-to-one. But however, I always say that if you're comfortable with the one-to-one with that limited scope and you're happy in that scope, that's fine. That is perfectly fine, because and power to you for embracing that simplicity. But if you want to actually reach the next level of freedom and of just having that cash flow, so you can accomplish a lot more without worrying about the day-to-day, then you need to take into account the wealth vehicles that you need to employ. And so why I say info products are the number one for this wealth creation vehicle is because if you look at the 5 pillars, again, is it low capital? Yes. And while there is a capital, you need to get certain software, you need to set up a website, etc. It is low capital. Is it high profit? Yeah, it is quite high profit. Last year, I launched a course. Actually, 2 years ago, I launched a course end of the year. I spent maybe $500. I made $10,000 from it. So it is really good return. And I made a lot more with really my main cost now being the credit card fees and the merchant fees that Stripe charges, which is a lot actually, but not in the context of running the business. Is it exponential? Is it scalable? Yeah, it is scalable. I'm running my info products now on Facebook ads, on YouTube, and it's finding an audience bigger than it already has right now. Can it be exponential? It can be if you do certain marketplaces like information product marketplaces, like say ClickBank. Your information product can get promoted by a whole bunch of affiliates and you suddenly come into like crazy cash flow. One of my clients went from zero to $250,000 in 3 months, which is pretty remarkable. Another did $500,000 in 6 months for a $27 ebook. So it does work. Is it liquid? No, not really. So you can't really sell information product business. It doesn't have a very high multiple. I mean, you can sell it, but it's not the most, you won't get a lot of profit out of it, but it hits 4 out of 5. And who doesn't want a cash flowing business, right? So that's really why I think there's this huge potential in terms of the information product space. The other concept I teach about is decay. We're living in a K-shaped economy, meaning that the pandemic has accelerated some economies and it's decelerated some other economies. And the key to the great wealth transfer is to keep hanging on to the things that are on top of the K and avoiding the things that are at the bottom. And one of the things that are at the top is the online education space, simply because all live events have been cancelled. A lot of education providers are forced to move online. And therefore, the course creators for 2020 did tremendously well because of the fact that no one can go anywhere. I mean, for instance, in Malaysia, webinars were never really both Singapore and Malaysia, webinars never really converted because people preferred the live experience. But the minute the pandemic hit, all these webinar guys were started doing crazy results. And so there's still an opportunity because things are remaining shut down for a period of time. I think it will be probably next year before things get back to normal. And so you still have that window of opportunity to ride the K in the online education space by creating your own course. And so basically, just to recap, we have the 5 pillars of Mooning for any form of wealth vehicle that you want to evaluate in order to have a better life. And you can have multiple vehicles. You don't need one. It's better to have multiple streams anyway. So the questions to evaluate, the checklist is it low capital? Is it high profit? Is it scalable? Can it be exponential? And does it facilitate a liquidity event, which is probably the least important of all of that at this stage. So from there, we come to a conclusion that being a service provider, you get 2 out of the 5 pillars. If you're in info products, you get 4 out of the 5. And so the conclusion is basically this: you may now convinced that being an info product, getting an info product is the right thing to do. However, you need to learn how to market it, because as much as having an e-course is lucrative, there's still an 80-20 rule. Only 20% of courses will make all the money, especially now when everybody is doing a course, because they don't have a choice. So everyone is surviving. And so what I want to do is to help you and mentor you to position your courses so that you will start getting tremendous results. I'm doing a limited time training that will happen probably next week, which is the last week of February 2021. You just have to go to attentionempire.com and sign up. It's a 5-day Facebook group training on how you can position your courses for massive profit and success. And so what I aim to help you do is to create a wealth vehicle so that you can ride it to whatever destination you want it to be. You want to go to the moon, or you want to go to planet prosperity, which is where a lot of my WYODC members are, then go to attentionempire.com. The link will be in the description below, and I'll see you on the other side. Thanks. This is Kenneth Yu from WYODC, and this is me signing off.